Okay, we are live, I hope. Let me check. Welcome, Send in Stream. Bringing you UFL football live. DC Defenders at the San Antonio Brahmas tonight. Welcome. Thanks for all the subs. We're up to 69. Nice. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Alright. Let me double check audio real quick. Alright. Think we're good. No OBS issues. Think we're all set. DC 4-2. San Antonio 1-5, but 2-1 in the conference, the XFL conference, and 1-2 for the Brahmas. So here I was talking about DC's 2-1 in the conference, and Brahmas are 1-2, and Brahmas beat DC for their only win. Yeah, watch out for Chris Rowland, number 12 on DC. He's been great. He had a really good game last week. And programming note, I will not be doing the 11 a.m. Sunday game, the UFL game. I think it's the Roughnecks at Birmingham. I don't have TV. ABC 7 in Chicago is showing infomercials instead at that time slot. So instead, we will do the Cubs at Mets at 11:05 a.m. I'll start the feed or broadcast at 11. That game is on Roku. So more baseball coming up. So tomorrow, NBA doubleheader games at 2:30 and 7:30 p.m. Central. Then Sunday early baseball and afternoon NBA again 2:30 p.m. No live stream on Monday. White Sox off day. Then we have the White Sox series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They are in Cincinnati to take on the Reds. Game 1 at 5:40 p.m. Tuesday. Game 2 Wednesday at 6:14. And it's a morning game. I gotta double check. Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning. Yeah, let me check once. Yeah, 11:40 a.m. Thursday, so that'll be up. I'll put that up tomorrow. So yeah, I even tweeted on X that I'm not getting this game. We'll see. I don't know why ABC 7 Chicago chooses to show infomercials instead of UFL football. Maybe they get more money, but not really sure. See if anybody answered yet. Did it this afternoon. It's a good thing I checked my guide and realized the game wasn't going to be on, because would have been disappointed that morning. Oh yeah, and I got to close out YouTube live control panel. That's not working. Every time I schedule this beforehand, it just doesn't seem to want to work. There we go. All right, now it's working. All right, I'll check Twitter later. We'll get set for Check in on NHL in a little bit. They're interviewing Jordan Teamu, the quarterback, number 10 on DC. DC in their white jerseys, red numbers and letters, white helmets, and red pants. First intermission, Maple Leafs up 2-1 over the Panthers in Florida, and they lead 2-0 in the series. Maybe we'll check in on baseball as well, but again, doubleheader for 3 of the 4 NBA games we're going to do this weekend. Saturday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. All right, Cavs are up in Game 3 by 8 early, still first quarter, and they trail the series 2-0. All right, looks like we're about set. Shannon Harris, DC interim head coach, and Peyton Pardee, San Antonio's. I don't know if they removed the interim tag or not, but he's their head coach. All right, just about set. There's the kick. It's in the air. Taken at about the 10. Returned on the left hash. To the numbers. It's rolling near the 40 at about the 38. And why didn't my clock start? There we go. 14:54. First and 10. DC's ball. Where's the... There we go. Whoops, let's take this week down. I'll refresh the play-by-play in a minute. There's the snap, the throw to the left by the sideline, taken past the 40 out to the 44, where they will get 2nd and 5. My clock got a little bit ahead there. Apologies. All right, it was 1st and 10. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Teamu keeps it. He's got the first down and hit down at midfield. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. All right, let's replay. Let's refresh this, see if we got anything. All right, he's in shotgun again. There's the snap. Back to throw. Looking right. Now throws over the middle. Caught. And another first down inside the Brahmas 40 down to probably the 37. 1st and 10. Better check my... Whoop, I'm ahead. A little bit ahead on my clock. Here we go. All right. 13:50. There we go. 1st and 10. Okay, they marked him at the 38. 2 receivers to his left and right. Shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws right. Gets a receiver at the 5-10 or 10-5 touchdown. Easy touchdown. Braylon Sanders, number 83. Good catch and throw. Poor defense. Shoot. Let's... Oh, I got to put the timeouts up there. All right, 3 timeouts. Whoops, wrong team. Apologies. Gave it to the Brahmas by mistake. All right, yeah, what's his... The defender, number 20, I don't know if he thought it was a out route. Maybe it was a, hitch and go, something. He just kept going. All right, they're going for 2 here. All right, 2-point attempt coming up for DC here. Let's refresh. All right, we got a super challenge already. Well, let's see what this is about. It was to Sanders for 38 yards, but let me hear what they're saying. I guess there's a hold. So take the touchdown off the board. So they get another challenge. They had to use it early, but it overturned a touchdown, so it was worth it. Should be 1st and 20 coming up for the DC Defenders. 1st and 20 from the Brahmas 48-yard line. Alright, in shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. The back in shotgun with him to his left. 5 seconds. There, the snap. Looks left. Throws. Receiver caught it and fell down at the 43. So a gain of 5 will bring up 2nd and 15. Oops, I forgot to roll the clock. Gosh darn it, after the great. Alright, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Shotgun back. Throws to the back, in the back on the side, left side. He gets close to the original line of scrimmage, so we have a 3rd and 10 coming up. And I will fix the clock. Just need a little time here. Okay. Alright, that's better. Alright, 3rd and 10. 12-10 to go. 8 seconds. And apologies. The ball should be with DC. I apologize. I messed up the... Alright, shock. Nope, we got a penalty. Stop the clock. Looks like a false start against the defender. So should be 3rd and 15, I imagine. Okay, that's close enough. 3rd and 15. DC going backwards. They're back at their Brahmas 43. Shotgun. Looking right. Steps up but is sacked back at the 50-yard line. So the punting unit will come on. That's 4th and long. And of course they go to... Well, let's see. That's about a 7-yard. We'll say 4th and 22 because I think they need to get to the 38. That sounds right. Okay, apologies. All right, the punting unit is on. There's the snap. Kick is away. Caught at about the 11 and immediately tackled down. What's the forward progress they're going to give him? Should be their own 11. All right, 1st and 10, and we got to give the Brahmas the ball. So a big challenge, and DC gets a touchdown taken off the board on their opening drive because of a successful challenge by the Brahmas, and because there was holding on the O-line of DC. So that took a 38-yard touchdown off the board, and penalties and a sack caused them to have to punt it away. They're giving them the 10. Okay. Wait, a 30-yard punt. That's not right. It was a 40-yard punt. I don't know why they got it wrong. He didn't return it from the 20 back to the 10. That doesn't make any sense. Well, that's or UFL play-by-play for you. All right, Maple Leafs on a power play. They are up 2-1, 2-0 in the series. Just underway in the second period. Get a refresh here. The NBA. End of the first, and the Pacers have tied it up at 32. They lead the series 2-0. Alright, maybe I can tweet that we're live here if I got time before they get back. Alright. Nah, I think I'll wait. They're back. I'll do it another time. Alright. I guess they've used 3 different quarterbacks, but it's been... Wait, now Kevin Hogan's the quarterback? Okay. Didn't know that. Alright. Alright. In shotgun. Here's the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. The line of scrimmage was the 12. Let's see where they mark them. I forgot to start the clock. Alright. Oh, sorry, second down. I don't know what the yardage is. We'll see what Fox puts up. They're showing the players to watch currently. In shotgun, alright, they gave a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. From the 13-yard line, they got to get to the 22. Throws to the right. He's got the first down. Past the 30, the 40, 45 out of bounds. Good play by the Brahmas. Alright, they're going to stop the clock at 10:05, but I bet you they're going to start it soon. 1st and 10 between the 45 and the 50 on their half of the field. Oh, Hogan got lit up. I guess maybe it wasn't that hard. They just hit his shoulder. Still showing the replay, and I got to slow my clock down. Hogan hangs on to it. He gets another first down near the DC 34. Not 34, sorry, 43. Said it backwards. I'm just going to let the clock roll till it's where I have it. There we go, 9:39. There we go. Alright, 1st and 10 in shotgun. 2 to his left and right. A back with him to his right. The line of scrimmage is the 44 of DC. Back to pass, looking left. Throws down the sideline, out of bounds, but hold on, we have a flag. 9:17. Let's get a refresh of the Brahmas drive here. Alright, what's the call? Got offensive pass interference. So take that back. What is that? I don't know how many yards that is. Is it? I think it's 10. We'll say 10. Oh, thanks. Well, I guess it was against Stevenson, number 5. I kind of missed it. All right, did they get the clock? Of course they did. 1st and 20 is correct. I gotta speed up my clock. 9 minutes to go. There we go. 1st and 20. They're back at their own 46. It's a handoff up the middle. He gets past the 50. They're gonna give him the DC 49, bringing up 2nd and long. I'm gonna say 15, or is it? Yeah, I think 2nd and 15. We'll see what they say. It is 2nd and 15. All right. 2 receivers to his right. Actually, 3. Sorry. Shotgun. Throws to the back, and he's incomplete. He rushed the throw. So 3rd and 15. Both teams facing 3rd and long in their opening drive. All right. All right, 7:48. Yeah, all right, we'll worry about that later. All right, 3rd and 15, shotgun, looking right, rolls to the right, throws. It's going to be, they're giving to the 40 on the catch. Not quite. Either way, it's 4th down. Let's see how long the yardage is here. 4th and 6, according to Fox. Why does my mic keep going crazy? I'm not even... The recording, I don't know what's going on. I wonder if I'm hitting something. Alright, Brahmas offense still on the field. 4th and 6 from the 40. They got to get to the 34, and maybe they're taking the delay a game. Or they used a timeout. No indication from Fox yet. Flag. Alright, did they... Yeah, I think they took the delay a game. I don't think they were trying to use a timeout. So it'll be 4th and 11 from the defender's 45-yard line. Oh, clock rolling, of course. Darn it. Alright, on in punt formation. Here's the snap. Kick is away. Inside the 10. He lets it hit inside the 5. Good attempt. Oh! The Brahmas guy tossed it to one guy and then got hit by the defender, but they're going to say he had it at the 1. Whoops, I got to stop the clock. So I believe it's defender's ball at their own 1-yard line. The officials are still talking about it. I mean, I guess the play is dead once he fields the ball, whether or not the defender blew him up and tried to make it a touchback. Oh, now they're calling touchback. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. You're allowed to just hit the dude into the end zone. All right, well. Wing gets a 45-yard punt, but it's going to come out to, I don't know. I'm not sure on punts yet. All right, I don't know. Let's see. The White Sox are playing the Marlins. I can check in on that. Sox are up 2-1, and they're batting in the 3rd. Pop up to 2nd, 1 away. Vargas. And they're wearing the City Connect red, looks like Chicago Bulls jerseys. All right, back in the NHL. 3-2 Leafs. A little over 5 minutes into the second period. They're up 2-0 in the series. NBA second quarter. Cavs back in the lead by 5. They're trailing 2-0 in the series. It's odd that that's a touchback, but all right, yeah. And just again, coming up this weekend, no UFL. ABC7 Chicago is showing infomercials instead on Sunday at 11 to 2. when the NBA pregame gets on. But tomorrow, Saturday, 2 NBA games, 2:30 p.m. Central and 7:30 p.m. And then again, so we're going to do Cubs at Mets, 11:05 a.m. That game is on Roku. So we're doing that. And then the NBA games at 2:30 that day. Monday, no live stream. I better get back to the game. And then the White Sox at Reds coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday is 11:40 a.m. All right, looks like we're about set. I guess I could put kickoff. Yeah, we'll do kickoff here. It will be defenders, or not kickoff, sorry. That was a punt. Never mind, no score. I'll wake up soon. A little sleepy here. All right, defenders' offense is on the field. Each team punted their first drive. Defenders had a 38-yard touchdown pass called back due to a challenge and a successful challenge on a holding call. 2 receivers to each side. Shotgun, back to throw on the left side. The number 3's hit out of bounds for about a gain of 8. I'm assuming this is going to be 2nd and 2, which means Fox will probably put 2nd and 3. 6-12, and they do. I knew it. So they're at the 37-yard line. So after punt touchbacks, you get it at the 30, apparently. Back to pass. Throws for the first down. Past the 40. They'll give him the 42. 1st and 10 coming up for the defenders. Mickens, number 3, on the reception. He comes out to the sideline. Oh, he fumbled. I wonder if he fell on it for the recovery. I didn't see that. All right, 1st and 10. DC defenders at their own 42. Back to pass. Throws to the right. Almost intercepted by San Antonio. Good play on the ball. Could only get one hand on it. Teamu was in shotgun with the back to his right. He tried to hit the receiver from the right over the... Oh, actually, somebody undercut the route. Probably a linebacker. Yeah, number 1. Make good hand with good pass defense with his right hand. All right, clock rolling. Yeah, I'm a little behind. Shotgun, back to pass, throws, and he misses Roland. This is going to be 3rd and 10. 4:44 to go. And they'll mark it and play, and then the clock will roll soon. There it goes. Refresh the play-by-play. All right. In shotgun, number 25, the back to his left. Number 3 is to the left. Roland, number 12, is to the right. That's all I see because they're showing behind the quarterback. Throws to the right, caught. No, then deflected as he fell to the ground for incomplete. I thought I just paused this. So 4th and 10. Looked like a catch. He was on the ground and then it came loose. Number 14. His elbow hit the ground and then the defender knocked it off his chest. Number 22 for the Brahmas. He would have been short of the first down by a yard anyways. But maybe they would have gone for it. All right, I guess we're reviewing this already. They're showing tons of replays. So maybe the clock is stopped. I have no idea. Oh, they are giving it a catch. What? Completed pass 346. Make that 412. Okay, 4th and 1. They get a review and a break, I guess, there. Let's see when the clock rolls. I guess the offense is going to stay out. Still haven't wound the play clock yet. DC in a huddle here. They break the huddle. Aren't we going to wind the clock? Oh, there we go. All right, 4th and 1 coming up. They're at the Brahmas 49. Got to get to the 48. It's a handoff out of shotgun. Number 25 rushes to the 46 for the first down, but to hold it, we got a penalty. I don't know. I would guess it would be holding on the defenders, but no indication yet. All right, it looked like illegal hands to the face. Yep, on San Antonio. So that is a DC defender's first down. And we'll check on the clock. Yep, they got the penalty in already. All right, I'm sure the clock is rolling. 3:49, so I got to speed it up again. All right, he's in shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws to 88. He's got the first down, leaps to the 25, and is stopped at about, they're going to mark him at the 23. Another first down for the DC defenders. 88 went in motion. Then Jordan rolled a little bit to the right, got the ball to him right away. He got in the air, I don't know why, from like and his momentum took him forward to the 23. All right, in shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, a back behind him. It's a handoff, and it goes nowhere. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Handoff to the right, and it didn't go anywhere. Brahmas snuffed it out. Yep, they've got the play there. All right, 2:36. Yeah, close enough. All right. Teamu 8-10, 71 yards. Had his touchdown pass called back for a holding after a challenge. 3 seconds on the play clock. In shotgun, 1. There it is. Fakes the handoff. Throws over the middle. Caught. Knocked it down with one hand. Number 88, Moore. That's a 1st and goal now for the DC defenders, as they get up there in a hurry. All right. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, a back to his left, a shotgun handoff up the middle, and a touchdown. That is Deion Jackson, the running back, number 25. Let me make sure I got the right team this time. There we go. All right. What are they replaying? They're not replaying the touchdown. Oh, they're replaying the throw to Moore that set up the touchdown. He had to go up with his right hand and like knock it down, and then it was a great catch. High throw. Just knocked it to his hand and brought it in. All right, they're going for 2. Back to throw to the right side. Incomplete. So that'll do it. It's just a 6-0 lead. And we will have the kickoff coming up. And it will be Brahma's ball, trailing by 6. So Jackson, 3-yard run, and there's your incomplete pass. Don't even know who the heck he was intended to. Couldn't tell. All right, let's check in on hockey. Oh, 3-3 now. Panthers tied it up. 10:27 and to go in the second, so halfway through the game. Ah, shoot. All right, let's get that out of there. And what do we got here? 6:08. Cavs now up by 10. 6:08 to go in the half. They trailed 2-0 in the series. Later tonight, Thunder at Nuggets. And that's the game we'll have Sunday afternoon. So yeah, we won't have Cavs, Pacers. I think that's ESPN or TNT on Sunday. We can check MLB real quick. Don't need to change the channel to see the White Sox. Yeah, we'll do a quick check. Cubs trailing 6-1 in New York to play the Mets. We'll have Game 3 on Sunday morning. Game 2 is on Fox tomorrow night, but I'll be doing the NBA instead. And the White Sox lead 2-1 over the Marlins. And we'll check the stats after the first quarter. Alright, come on. Stay. There we go. Sort of. In honor of the number of subs. Thanks so much. Here on Sinbin Stream. Alright, desktop audio muted, still good on OBS. Just back from commercials. Yeah, I would rather do the UFL on Sunday at 11, but ABC's choosing to show, ABC 7 Chicago's choosing to show infomercials instead, so I don't want to have to rely on, some streamer. Yeah, so both divisions, it's 4-2, 4-2, first, second, or conferences, I should say, and then 3-3 for third, and 1-5 for the fourth place team. All right, here's the kickoff. Return from the far sideline, past the 20, 25, 30, 35, out near the 40, but just short of that. So 1st and 10 coming up for the home team, the Brahmas, here in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Week 7 of the 10-game UFL regular season. The championship is September 14th, which is a Saturday at 7. And the 2 playoff games are Sunday the 8th at 2 and 5 o'clock. So ABC and Fox, 2 and 5 o'clock. And ABC has the championship. Throw to the left side, past the 40, 45, out near the first down marker. I think they're giving them about a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 for coming up for the Brahmas. Alright. Oh, gotta speed up the clock a little bit. Alright. In shotgun, 2 receivers at each side, a back to his right. It's 2nd and 1, I guessed wrong. Oh, he has to roll out to the right to avoid the pressure. There's a flag for holding. It's incomplete, out of bounds, but I'm guessing this is a holding flag here. So if it was 2nd and 1, that's going to make it, 2nd and 11. Well, can't imagine they take the incomplete pass and go 3rd and 1. It is. Holding on the offense, they'll take the penalty, the defenders, I mean. And we'll have 2nd and 11 coming up. Hogan is 3 of 4 for 50 yards. Under 50 seconds in the first quarter. Brahma's in the huddle. DC is ready to go. San Antonio used the super challenge. It was successful, so they'll get one back. DC has not. All right. 3 receivers to his right. A shotgun. Back to his left. Steps back. Throws over the middle. Caught inside defender's territory for a first down at about the 42-yard line for the Brahmas. We'll see where they mark him. Step back on the left hash mark. Through between the left hash mark and the numbers to number 10, who secured the catch to the DC. We'll say 42. We'll see what they say. But that'll do it on the first quarter. 6-0 Defenders over the Brahmas. Brahmas on the drive and in DC territory. Alright, reminder, that's what we got coming up here on Sinbin's stream. Do a quick check here. 3-3 Leafs Panthers. A little over 7.5 to go in the second period. 2-0 series lead for the Leafs. NBA, 4:40 to go, 13 in the first half, 13-point lead for the Cavs. They trailed 2-0 in the series. And in the Major League Baseball action, Mets are beating the Cubs 6-1, halfway home, middle of the fifth. White Sox up 2-1 on the Marlins in the top of the fifth. Were there any finals, any afternoon games? Probably not on a Friday, yeah. Last game will start at 9:05 p.m. Central between the Yankees and A's in, Sacramento, where they're playing. All right, they just switched the order here on the games. All right, let's check the stats here for the UFL. Teamu 9 of 11, 90 yards. Hogan 4 of 5, 71 yards. Again, Teamu had a touchdown overturned by a holding call, so that's what San Antonio challenged and won. And then their what ended up being their first touchdown later was a rushing TD by Deion Jackson. It's not much on the ground for either team. Moore McKinney leads the defenders with 2 catches for 37. A couple receivers with 3 catches. Jashawn Corbin, 1 catch for 32 for the Brahmas. Nothing really to write home about. Here we go. A sack for Isaiah Buggs of the Brahmas, and also a tackle for a loss. A pass breakup for Beckett. And that's about it for defense. Nothing, no field goals yet on special teams. Yeah, not much here. All right, we'll get back to here's the drive. So punt and touchdown for the defenders, punt and second possession or second drive. Whoops, I better stay here because they're going to have to go to the second quarter for the home team, Brahmas. Oh, they're showing the guy who dropped the touchdown and then jumped over the wall to sit in the front row last week for the Brahmas. All right. Oops, I got to reset my clock. I totally forgot. And I got to make it the second quarter. I got to do that ahead of time. All right. Looks like a handoff on first down inside the 40. We'll see. It's going to bring up second down. We'll see how many yards they're giving. Brahmas are going left to right in their, I guess that's, I don't know what color that is. It's not really black. It's not brown. Maybe charcoal and yellow. All right, 14:34. All right, that's okay. All right, 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. All right, from the 38, they got to get to the 32. Shotgun, back to pass, throws right, caught in traffic at the 30 for a first down. Good catch, tight window. And let's see if we can refresh here. Robbins, that 4-yard carry to open the second quarter. All right. San Antonio ball at the defender's 30. 3 receivers to the left. One comes in motion. It's a handoff to the left. Maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 29. 13 and a half. Yeah, I'm not going to speed it up. All right. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. DC has not used their super challenge. San Antonio did, and they got it successful, so they will have one more challenge. All right, Hogan's in shotgun. 2 receivers each side. A back in shotgun with him to his left. 3 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. Looks left. Avoids a hit. Completes the pass for the first down. Down to about the 18-yard line. Good catch. Good throw. In traffic. He had somebody come unblocked right up the the left hash mark, and he wrapped him up, but it was after he threw it. Number 10 got it and got the first down. All right, 1st and 10 from the defender's 18. Shotgun, handoff for the Brahmas. Gets inside the 15, maybe to the 13, to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Brahmas. Okay, that's good. Oh, let me refresh this drive for the Brahmas here. Hogan to Smith for that first down. 2nd and 5. In shotgun, a back, number 6 to his left. Hogan waits. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. He's got the first down at about the 7-yard line, bringing up 1st and goal, Brahmas. Good drive here, finally, for the Brahmas. Again, the only team they beat this year was the Defenders. I'd have to look up which week that was. 0 TDs in last 155-51 of game time. 0-0s. They get the snap off. Throws, it's knocked down. They faked a handoff, rolled to the left. Clock's finally stopped at 10:53. Why is my... Oh, I can't. All right. Alright, so 2nd and goal. Let's see when they run the clock, too. I'm going to run it now. Yeah, kind of stumbled, and then somebody at the line knocked it down. 2nd and goal, 10:35. Alright, I'll have to fix the clock later. Alright, from the 7, 2nd and goal, in shotgun, with a back to his right. Back to pass, looking, rolls to the left, throws, touchdown for the Brahmas. And we have a tie game. And I got to get the clock, 10:19. There we go. All right, he had to go to his left a little bit and then wide open. Kind of a bad pass, but 88 made the adjustment and caught the ball from Hogan. See if they've got it. There it is. Hogan to Mack for 7 yards. All right, they're going for 1 to take a 1-point lead. We got a weird formation. A bunch of guys to the left, one guy by himself to the right. Not many, 3 linemen to the center, and he throws it to the left, and it's incomplete because he dropped it. But we do have a flag, maybe for illegal formation or illegal motion. We'll see what they call. I don't know if it'll be enforced on the kickoff or what. Yeah, illegal motion declined. All right, that's where we stand. 6-6, 10:19 to go in the second quarter and the opening half. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Helps the channel. If you like what we're doing here, please click the like button. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to Sinbin Stream on YouTube. And I see we're at 70. Thank you so much. DC's looked all right. Like I said, they had a touchdown called back. So they should be up 12-6 if not for the holding. But, you know, they've been moving the ball. They just had, you know, that holding derailed that drive. And I think they took a sack, and that's why they had to punt again. All right, let's get back. I should put this to... All right, we have a kickoff coming up. There we go. Oh, that's a good question. Let's take a look at the standings. I mean, DC was solid early on, but I mean, I feel like some of their games, I think they just had a blowout, but some of their games have been really close. Whoops. Why is this not working? I'll just do that. I don't know. Birmingham's pretty good in the games I've seen. I liked Arlington, but they've struggled. Obviously, Memphis, or, I mean, it's not, pick your poison, who's worse, Memphis or Brahmas. I think the Renegades are better than the Roughnecks, but between the 4 and 2 teams, I guess I'd go Birmingham, DC, Michigan, St. Louis. So then what? Arlington, Houston, I'm going to say Memphis, Brahmas, because Brahmas' offense is struggling. They haven't. Yes, week 4, the Brahmas beat DC by 6, 24-18 in DC, but their offense hasn't scored a touchdown in a while, so I'll go with that. All right, there's the failed conversion for 1 incomplete pass. Yeah, that was a weird formation, and they had an illegal. I thought they said illegal motion, but maybe it was illegal formation. All right, here's the kick, and it's going to be taken by DC from their 7 on the left hash mark. Returned. And, the ball is loose. Brahmas pick it up at the 20. 15, down at the 12. I think this is a fumble. Oh, boy. Not good if you're the DC fan. Oh, I hit the play clock instead of the game clock. Apologies. So, yep, San Antonio still has the ball. No, they did fumble the kick, and no need to turn the ball back and give it possession to defenders, because we got a 1st and 10 now. Number 52, I think it's Jones, picked it up. Was that Roland on the return? I can't tell if that was 12. And Teyamu checks the clock. Doesn't show much of a reaction, but... All right, 1st and 10 from the DC 12 for the Brahmas. We got 3 to the left. one to the right, a back with him in shotgun to his left. 2 seconds. One, there's the snap. Throws to the back, it's incomplete. He dropped it. Tough throw. He was going to get lit up anyways, even if he did catch it. DC was all over it. So, huge turnover here early in the second quarter. Incomplete to Corbin. So, Mickens on the return. He's the one that fumbled, and it was Jones that took it from the 25 to the 12 on the recovery. All right. Oops, I got to get the clock going. I totally forgot about that. 2 receivers each side. Shotgun handoff. Nope. Yeah. No, he faked it. He kept it and no gain. We got a 3rd and 10 from the 12. I couldn't tell if the back got it or if Hogan held on to it there. And yeah, I'm going to have to catch my clock up here. Actually, let's go down a minute and then go up. That'll be easier. I probably could just type the number, but this will be okay. Alright, that's better. Alright, 3rd and 10 from the 12 in shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looking left, throws, hits number 81. He's at the 5. He might have the first down at the 2, depending on the spot. I think it's 1st and goal. We'll confirm in a second here. Good catch and throw. Good first down pickup for the Brahmas. So he hit him at the left hash mark, 81, and he dove, and his elbows go down at the 2. And yeah, it's close. I don't know if they'll... no challenge or anything. 8:25 to go. 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff to 27. He is close. Brahmas think they have a touchdown, but don't think the officials signaled that yet. We got 2nd and goal from the inch line. They might look at it, depending. Good hit by 7. Oh no, his elbow's down. Ooh, that's as close as you can be. Yeah, 2nd and goal. They're marking it just inside the 1 yard line. All right, 1 receiver to each side. Looks like extra people on the line. Oh, and a handoff. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage by DC to snuff that out. Wow. Holy cow. Somebody blew that play up. He shed his block, number 99, and he buried him. I don't know if they're going to give him the 3 or mark him back at the 4. They got to give him forward progress to the 3, I think. So we should have 3rd and goal from the 3 here. We got 2 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers to the right. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws to the 1 guy on the left. Ooh, looked a little... Had some hand checking or hand fighting going on. No call. So we have 4th and goal coming up. Wonder if they'll go for it, though. We'll see. Coming up. Here's the replay. Number 4 guarded by number 2. And they let him play. Guess that was for Anderson. And they are going for the field goal. This will be, 22-yarder. .22-yard field goal attempt right up the middle. Here's the snap, hold, kick on the way, and it is good. And the Brahmas get 3 points off the turnover, the fumbled kickoff, to take the 9-6 lead. 6:10 to go in the first half. So we'll put first. We'll take out the yardage. No, actually, we'll put kickoff. There we go. And then we'll see who gets the ball here. I gotta scroll down. So Vizcaíno, they say 21. It was clearly a 22-yard attempt, which was good. All right, let's take a look second intermission, and the Panthers are in the lead after trailing in that game. Up one with 20 minutes to go. And once they start the third, and they trail 2-0 in the series. Game 2 coming up. Stars at Jets, where the Stars lead 1-0. What do we got? Halftime. And the Cavs are up big, 21, but no lead is safe, as we've seen, at least this round. And they trailed 2-0 in the series. Baseball. Sox still up 2-1, top of the 6th over the Marlins in the South Side. And in New York, the Cubs trail 6-1, bottom of the 6th, Mets batting. Battle of first place teams, I think. All right. Have a quick bite of cake, and we're back. All right, Fox is back. They're plugging their IndyCar coverage. Oh, brother. Now they got a graphic with the UFL MVP race with Jordan Teamo in a race car, in an Indy car. And same with Bryce Perkins of the, was that Michigan Panthers, I think. All right. All right, should be ready here. Looks like Roland is back to receive the kick, but, you know, we probably got two guys back there. They're probably kicking away from Roland if I had to bet, but looks like Roland gets this one on the right side. Maybe I'm wrong. And it's returned to about the 28 for the defenders, 1st and 10. First down and 10. DC had the ball to start. So it'll be San Antonio's in the start in the second half. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shoot. What's the clock at? One turnover. All right. 1st and 10. Yeah. Oh, 6:05 is actually right. Okay. In shotgun from the 28, the right hash mark, fakes the handoff, looks, has to roll to the right. He's about to get sacked. He throws it away out of bounds. 5:58 before they mark it back in play. 2nd and 10. Somebody lit a fire under the Brahmas defense, I guess. But the offense, what was that, their first touchdown? And they're rolling the clock, but the officials are discussing something. I don't understand this. And they drop a flag. Looks like they stopped the clock at 53. I think they're going to get Teamo for, intentional grounding. Maybe loss of down. Maybe it was, I think he was out of the pocket. Maybe he was through short of the line of scrimmage, because he rolled from the right hash mark. Yeah, he got out of the pocket, and then he threw it out of bounds. But yeah, it was behind the line of scrimmage. It was at about the 25, and the line of scrimmage is the 28. So that's the penalty. All right, so 2nd and long, 2nd and 21. So essentially, the Brahmas get the sack. Line of scrimmage at the 22. And I got to fix the clock. Back to pass. Throws over the middle. Caught at the 30 and taken down immediately. We got about a 3rd and 7. If I'm seeing this right. Have to get the clock fixed. 5:22 now. 5:19. Alright, there we go. Much better. Alright, 3rd and down. We don't have the distance yet. I think I'm right with 7. They say 9. There's no way it's 9. I'll match. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking left. Throws, caught, but not enough for the first down. We'll have 4th down. Fourth and something less than 9, and we have a Brahma injury. So we get a stop. No stoppage yet. That's kind of surprising. Fox still says 4th and 9, which I know is wrong, unless that was an incomplete pass. Langford Jr., is number 24, was the injured Brahma. Here is the kick after the snap for the punt. It's going to be taken back at the 20 or 21 by the Brahmas, number 5. He jukes to the 25, steps out at about the 26. Ah, the clock. Fix the clock. 4:19 to go, and yep, sorry, forgot to do the possession arrow earlier, so it is San Antonio's ball. Let's sleep at the switch here. All right. I need to get some lip balm. I'll be right back. Man, Sunday I would much rather be doing the UFL game at 11 on ABC, but ABC 7 Chicago is not showing the game. They're showing infomercials. So I'm glad I checked the guide and didn't just assume that I had the game and got a surprise. Instead, we'll have the Cubs at Mets. That's a free game on Roku. If you have the Roku app, feel free to watch. If not, I will provide play-by-play and reactions for that game. Alright, let me refresh this drive. We're a little bit behind here. So there's the defender's last drive. Again, if you join late, Brahmas lead by 3 because after they finally got a touchdown, which it had been a while, DC fumbled the kick. Oh, they say Roland returned that kick. Oh, Mickens. No. Who's Mickens? It says Mickens fumbles, but Roland returned the kick. That makes no sense. At any rate, somebody fumbled, and San Antonio had first and 10 from the 12, but they weren't able to punch it in, and they settled for a field goal. And that's the difference in the game. DC had their opening drive touchdown called back for a holding penalty. San Antonio had to challenge to get it. So they will get another challenge since it was successful, and DC hasn't used their challenge yet. Nobody's used hey Tom. Nice major league reference there. Alright, here we go. And good. Alright. In shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, 1 goes in motion. It is a handoff to the right side. He's got the first down, 40, 45, and bursts over the 50 to about the DC 49. What a run. Let me slow down my clock a little, though. Number 6 on the carry. And he had to be tackled from behind. Good downfield blocking by the Brahmas. 350. Yeah. All right, back to pass. Looking left. Throws. And it's short of the receiver. near the sideline. 3:44. They'll mark it in play shortly for second down and 10. Apologies. Welcome, Don. Good to see you. Jake Taylor. Hey, Taylor, how's your wife and my kids? All right, and that was ad-libbed by the, I say actor, and it was a baseball player, actually. All right, shotgun, handoff to number 6. This time going nowhere. They actually marked him back at the Brahmas 48, so they are not in D.C. territory just yet. Let's refresh that run here on the handoff. That was Corbin for 23. Oh, they gave him a yard. 3rd and 9. All right, they got it at their own 49. 2 receivers each side. Back to his left. We're in shotgun. Hogan back to pass. Looking right. Looks left. Rolls to the left. He tucks it. He runs. He is out of bounds for a first down at the DC 41 with 2:32 to go in the opening half. And I'm sure they're marking it in place. I'll get the clock rolling. He looked right, briefly looked to the left, and then took off. And he got knocked out of bounds at the 41. He plays in opponent's territory. 18 for the Brahmas, only 8 for the defenders. And they might take it down to the 2. No, they can't. Shotgun handoff. No, it's actually a reverse to number 5, or an end around. That's going to lose 4 yards back to the 45-yard line. Yeah. I got to check the time for the 2-minute warning here. Let's see what they put it at. Why is my clock not moving? All right, 1:58 to go. So that's going to be 2nd and 14 after the 2-minute warning. All right, it was, whoops, knocked the mouse off the tray. It was DC 6, San Antonio 0 after 1 quarter. DC 6, San Antonio 9, 2-minute warning. Yeah, I do like Major League. I even like Major League 2. 3 back to the minors, not so great. It's all right, but I don't think I ever bought that one though. All right, thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Up to 70 subs, really appreciate it. And again, really wanted to do the 11 a.m. game for UFL Sunday. I think it's Houston at, I already forgot. Houston at Birmingham, maybe? Let's go check that out. And can't, because ABC 7 Chicago is showing infomercials instead of the game. Yeah, so I can't do the game tomorrow. My son has a soccer game, so I'm going to do the NBA doubleheader on Saturday instead, because I won't be back. I'd have to join that game in progress. Now I want to save I don't want to do a triple header anyway, so I'll save it for the NBA doubleheader. Cannot do Houston Roughnecks at Birmingham Stallions because ABC 7 is showing infomercials, and this one's on ESPN. So this is the only football game this weekend. Yeah, it was called Major League Back to the Minors. I don't know if they actually called it 3. It was Ted McGinley and the guy from Quantum Leap. I can't think of his name. Ted McGinley you'd recognize from Married with Children. He was Marcy Darcy's second husband, I think. And he was on other stuff too. I think he was on Happy Days a long time ago. And I'm blanking. Oh, Scott Bakula of Necessary Roughness fame was in Major League back to the minors. They were like the two opposing head coaches. Or managers, I should say. Okay. Still San Antonio ball. We got 2nd and 14, 1:58 to go. 2 receivers each side in shotgun, a back to his left. We got 5 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Looks to the right. Throws. Number 85 on the catch inside the 40 down to the 37. Bringing up 3rd and 6, I believe. And I think I forgot to start the clock again, didn't I? I did. All right, let's rough cast. Yeah, Jefferson. I think that was his name on. We got a timeout here. 1:43 to go. It looks like DC took their first timeout. So they have 2 remaining. Brahmas have not used one yet. Oh, they put 1 second back on the clock. So 1:44 to go. And yes, Dom Jefferson. I think that was his name on Married with Children. I swear, wasn't he on Happy Days like later in its run? I can't remember because I don't know what else I've seen him in. I know, but yeah, I think it's Ted McGinley and yeah, Scott Bakula. If you've seen Necessary Roughness, Dom, that's a good football movie. That and I like The Replacements. There's other football movies I haven't seen though. Oh, I gotta take down this week. Apologies. All right, 3rd and 6 from the 37. Shotgun throws left, caught. Only about a gain of 1 though to the 36. 4th and 5, and let's see if maybe DC took a timeout. They must have. Yeah, we got 1. I gotta put time on the clock. Apologies. 1:36. I'm gonna guess that DC called their second timeout. So let's get the refresh of the play-by-play. I don't know why it's so dark on my OBS too. It didn't used to be. All right, second quarter plays. Let's get you caught up here. So yeah, I like Necessary Roughness and Replacements. I actually haven't seen like Any Given Sunday. I think that's the one I've missed. You know, I've seen Waterboy, which man, I think I saw Friday Night Lights. I'm pretty sure I did. I know they had a TV show. Don't know how much I watched of that. Yeah, I'm sure that movie did terrible. It may have even been straight to DVD back in the day. And some people don't like 2 either. I had no problem with 2. Obviously, it was like PG-13. It didn't have the R rating. But I liked the Asian outfielder they had. He was new, like Tanaka or something. I didn't have any problem with him. I liked his interaction with Rubes. Yeah, Serrano. No, Tanaka was only in Major League 2. And Rube was only in Major League 2. I think Serrano is the only one, unless Dorn makes a cameo in the 3rd one. I haven't seen it in so long. I can't remember. I don't think I own it. I have 1 and 2. I think on DVD. I keep meaning to upgrade my Major League copy. All right, 4th and 5. I believe is that the punter or the kicker? Might be the kicker. And DC did use their second timeout. They have 1 remaining. San Antonio has not used one yet in this half. 54-yard attempt upcoming here. From the left hash mark. Vizcaino. Here's the snap. The kick is on the way. It's got the distance. It hit the right upright and went in. Holy cow. We got 133 to go. Wow. From 54 yards out, he bangs it off the right upright to give the Brahmas a 6-point lead at home. Here's the replay. Good snap, good hold. Kick was on the way. It was high and deep enough, and it hit halfway up on the right upright and knocked in good. Banked it in. Serrano. Yeah, Rube replaced Taylor and couldn't throw. Yeah. Well, Taylor was the manager. I mean, Taylor was in the second one. Tanaka was, yeah. I like the guy who ended up going to the White Sox, too, that they had. I forgot his great line. I'm going back to Major League, too. He's like, oh, I got to look it up now. I totally forgot. I forgot what Rube said. I think Rube said something like, women, you can't live with them and they can't pee standing up. That one I remember. All right, we got a kickoff coming by the home team Brahmas. DC will have a chance to answer and maybe tie this game up before half. They take the kick at the 5, up the right hash mark, a little bit outside. Number 3 to the... Nope, he's going to be short of the 25 at the 24, but we do have a flag on the play. So it will be a first down, 1st and 10. We'll see where they spot the ball. We got, looks like a personal foul on DC, and I think that puts them back at the 9 because I don't think the UFL does half the distance to the goal. So they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory. 54-yarder by Vizcaino. We got 126 to go. Will Reed, the defensive coordinator for, I would assume, San Antonio. And they are at their own 9, so no half the distance to the goal, to the 12 on the personal foul. They take all 15 back to the 9. All right, from the 9, 2 receivers each side. In shotgun, he hands it off to the back, up the middle. And he gets it out to the 15 to bring up 2nd and 4. We'll see what DC wants to do here. 13. All right, the clock's pretty good. They only have 1 timeout remaining. Yeah, Parkman, you're right. Okay, I'll look at your other comment in a minute. Shotgun, back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, short of the receiver. We got 3rd and 4 from the 15-yard line. So if with 3 timeouts, San Antonio could get this ball back before the half. But it is only 3rd and 4. All right, we got Vaughn named all his pitches. Oh yeah, to be more commercial. Yeah, I remember that. All right, in shotgun, kind of a bunch formation. 2 receivers to each side. Back to throw, pumps, hangs onto it, gets hit at the 16 and is down, bringing up 4th and 3. And I think we got a timeout by San Antonio. So let's make it 4th. I'm going to say 3. We'll see if Fox matches. I need to take the timeout away from the Brahmas. And whoops. Wait, they have 2 left. Apologies, I put 2. I took 2 away on accident. Let me refresh this drive real quick here. Incomplete for Mickens. Jackson rushed for 6. The penalty. Personal foul. Okay. So the punting unit will come on. Vaughn named all his pitches to be more commercial because of the girlfriend he had. He told the basher he could name the pitch if he hit it. He drilled a home run, called it, yeah. All right. And I think Harry Doyle Harry Doyle, played by the late, great Bob Uecker. I think he was giving his own nicknames for the pitches, too, when they would get crushed. Looks like we got a challenge coming up for DC, though. Okay, they think there was defensive holding. Oh, there was. He tackled the guy. Okay, DC challenged. All right, DC loses their last timeout. They tried to say there was holding on the offense, but because Te'amu tucked the ball and ran, they're going to say, no holding. And so DC loses their last timeout of the half, and they are out of super challenges. Yeah. And Euchre's so good. Euchre, I got to see if Euchre was in the back to the minors. It might be Harry Doyle and Serrano, and I want to say maybe Roger Dorn are the only three in all three. But I'd have to check. I haven't seen it in so long. All right, we do have 4th and 3 after the unsuccessful challenge. And DC will have to punt. The punter is all the way back at about the 1 as he waits for the snap. Oh, apologies. I forgot to give the ball back to DC. There's the punt in the air. Oh, I guess they don't start the clock till the returner gets it. Return to the left side, inside the 50, 45, 40. And down to about the 36. Good return. They never started the clock. So, yeah, there's 35. They had to go to a secondary clock. So, Brahma's ball. Man, we got some, like a skirmish, I was trying to say, or a scrum. We got 35 seconds. 1st and 10. San Antonio gets the ball back. Oh, I see what happened. There might have been a fumble on that punt return. So I think he got it right back, though. So it should still be going back to San Antonio here. And I'll have to keep up with the possession indicator there on the board there. All right, let's get a refresh probably after that challenge. Maybe they got it. All right. 1st and 10 from the DC 36. Brahmas. Shotgun, back to pass, looking, throws right, caught, but only at about the 35. Give them a gain of 1. They'll stop the clock while they mark it back in play. Nope, actually it's already rolling. They've got 2 timeouts left. Not sure why they didn't use one there. We got 17 seconds to go. In shotgun there. 10 seconds to go in the half. Back to pass. Looking. Pressure. Runs into his own lineman and fumbles. He doesn't get it. DC picks it up. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. All the way touchdown at the end of the half. Holy cow. Anthony Hines the third on about a 50-some yard fumble 6. And that will tie the game up. Unbelievable. He ran into his own lineman, avoiding the rush, and fumbled the ball, had a chance to fall on it. Ball got away from him, and DC scooped it up and took it the distance untouched, or the rest of the way untouched. Yeah, he had a chance to fall on it at the 47. It was picked up at about the 50 by number 57. Nobody within 5 yards of him. Easy touchdown on the fumble 6. Yeah, he rolled to avoid 50 and then ran into the back of 66, the left tackle, and then failed to wrap up the fall on the ball. Hines the third, Johnny on the spot, and returned it all the way. Wow. Incredible end to this first half, but now we got Pardee, the coach for San Antonio. Oh, super challenge for offside, so hold on. right, so you hear Dean Blandino on the review. Unsuccessful, the touchdown counts, and both teams are out of challenges now for the second half. Yeah, what a way to end the half, especially if you're a Brahmas fan. But if you're for DC, it's good news for you. Oops, sorry, I'll mute the... All right, yeah, both teams out of challenges, and let's see what they do for their conversion attempt here. Okay, that should charge them a timeout. Not that it really matters here. I think they got one left. All right, it is a 2-point attempt. It's coming up for the Jordan Teamu-led offense. Back to pass. Looks, throws, intercepted at the 5, and we got a flag. And they're trying to push him back into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Let's get the flag up there. It's a 2-point. Just a 2-point, not in 9. We got holding on the offense, declined, and that'll be the half. So they take about 12 minutes, I think, on their halftime. So this game should resume about 8:44. DC 12. San Antonio 12. Halftime. And let's see how long that... It was... What? The DC 30... That was a 50-yard... The sack wasn't... What on earth? He ran into his own guy. It wasn't exactly a sack. He tried to dive on the ball at the 47 and was scooped up at the 50 and returned. I don't understand their play-by-play. But at any rate, that's your halftimes. So fumble 6. Oh yeah, and San Antonio gets it to start the second half, so I'll fix that in a minute. Actually, they fumble 6 for the DC defense to tie the game at half on last play. All right, let's fix this up here in a second. Take the flag off. No good on the extra point. Can't put empty. All right, game status halftime. There we go. Oh, I know. I'll put kickoff. And yeah, so San Antonio gets the ball to start the second half. DC had it the first drive. They had a 38-yard touchdown pass called back due to a, what'd they call? I already forgot. Holding, I think. And that was a challenge by San Antonio. San Antonio so that took a touchdown off the board. They ended up punting. San Antonio just tried to challenge this fumble return, saying the guy was offsides. That was an unsuccessful challenge. That means both teams are out of challenges. DC tried to challenge for a holding call on third down, but their quarterback had run the ball, so they said no holding. That's why both teams are out of timeouts. All right, let's give everybody 3 timeouts for the second half when we resume. All right, going to take a quick break, then I'll be back. We can chat more baseball, movies, etc. And let me put the stats up for you to look at halftime. All right, there's the team stats and the leading receivers. I'll be right back. And also, here's what's coming up this weekend and early part of next week on Sinbin Stream. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta get more water, too. Thursday afternoon one did, but still half a game to go. Alright, we're back. Does his nameplate show? Oh, it does. There we go. That didn't last long. It was for 69 subscribers, but I know we're at 70. And thanks. Alright, we're back. Let's get some updates here. I hit my speaker. Apologies for that scraping sound. Eventually I'll get a mic and I'll try to drown out so it's not picking up all this on the cam. Alright. Alright, so let's see, is time of possession updated? Yeah, it looks like it. San Antonio is dominating time of possession, but not on the yardage as much as you would think. Again, their field goal, one of their field goals was set up by okay, it was 6-0 DC after one. Then San Antonio finally got a touchdown. Like, they hadn't had a touchdown in weeks. And then on that kickoff, DC fumbled and San Antonio returned it to the 12. First and 10, they ended up settling for a field goal. Then they took a 12-6 lead on like a 54-yard field goal that hit the right upright and still went in good. And then just before half, San Diego, what's the quarterback's name? Hogan had to avoid the rush, ran right into his left tackle and fumbled the ball, and then the DC defender ran it in about 50 yards. Let's see where it is. Fumble. Okay, Hines at the DC 49. Okay. Challenge for a foul. Yeah, okay. So nobody's successfully converted a point after touchdown yet either. Whoops. Alright, Te'amu 10 of 15, 102 yards. Hogan 11 of 16, 117, and a TD. Not much on the ground. Jackson has the touchdown for the defenders. Offense, their defense chipped in. Elise Mack had a 7-yard reception for the Brahmas. Let's see, 37 yards for Corbin rushing. And here's the receivers. There's the touchdown, number 88. 2 catches for 37 yards for Moore, McKinney, Powell, and Mickens each with 3 catches. Corbin 1 for 32. And 3 people with 2 catches, and Kirkland 3 catches. Not a ton of yards. Alright, defense. Joe Wallace and Kyle Phillips tackle for losses. Hines with the fumble recovery and touchdown. Baker with a pass breakup, and Anderson a pass breakup. Yeah, no forced fumble because the quarterback ran into his own lineman. And for the home team Brahmas, a sack for Isaiah Buggs and also a tackle for loss. Pass breakup, Beckett and Langford. Special teams, not much so far except for the fumble on the kickoff. And then of course the where's the kicks? Apologies. Vizcaíno is long of 54. He's 2 for 2. And here's the drive summary. Opening drive by DC, punt because they had that touchdown pass called back. Then they got their touchdown run. Then they fumbled the kick off, and then punt. But again, their defense scored on this fumble. And San Antonio, punt, touchdown, 2 field goals, and then the fumble, which tied the game up. And we'll keep it here because I need to scroll for the third quarter. All right, yeah, let's get ready for the third quarter here. Third quarter, got to reset the clock. There we go. Again, DC will kick off. San Antonio will receive in the second half. Let's check the other scores going on. 6.5 to go in Florida. Leafs, Panthers tied at 4. In the third quarter, late in the third, up by 18 are the Cavs. Trailing 2-0 in the series. In baseball, Sox lead 5-2 after getting 3 in the 7th as the Marlins bat in the 8th, top of the 8th. In New York, Cubs now trail 6-1. Mets batting in the 8th, so Cubs down to their last 3 outs. Again, we'll have game 3 of that series here, watching on the Roku channel and doing the Sinbin stream play-by-play. Alright, let's take down this week. Oh, gosh. It's showing the fumble. No. Showing the... Yeah, strange clock management by San Antonio. I think at the time they still had 2 timeouts left. They sort of went hurry up, but they were very slow. They wasted more than 10 seconds. Yeah, they had 30 seconds, could have burned a timeout. They got the snap off under 10 seconds, about 9 to go. Immediate pressure, rolled into the tackle and fumbled the ball. You know, and that was the tackle had just been beaten. And then easy scoop and score for the defenders as the half ended. Just a strange approach by the Brahmas offense in the last drive. All right, looks like we're about set for the third quarter here. Anthony Hines family they're showing. Hogan talking to Pardee, the interim head coach for San Antonio, grandson of Jack Pardee, the old Oilers head coach. All right. Hogan is stretching on the bench. All right, here's the approach. The kick is in the air, and the Brahmas field it inside the 10 on the far side. They return it out to about the 31-yard line. 14:55 to go. First down for the Brahmas. 1st and 10. Both teams out of challenges. 0 for 4 on 3rd down for DC. 1 of 1 on 4th down. All right, here's the shotgun handoff up the middle. Gets out to the 35. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Brahmas. They're going right to left on the field right now. All right, pre-game odds. DC was favored by 9.5. The over/under was 38. We're sitting at even and at 24 for the over/under purposes. In shotgun, 3 receivers to his left and a back to his left, 1 receiver out wide to the right. Back to pass. Looks right. Throws. Caught for the first down at the 47. They're going to give him the 48. 1st and 10 for the Brahmas. And as they show the replay, right hash mark. Hogan stepped back, threw immediately to number 13, and he caught it, took it for the first down. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Looks like maybe a tight end, and then a back in shotgun with him to his right. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws down the field. Oh, that looked like DPI. I don't see a flag. No flag. Wow. Letting them play, apparently. 2nd and 10. That looked. He never turned back to the ball. Sort of face guarding. I guess the San Antonio guy grabbed his shoulder to try and make it look worse than it was. So, and my clock got a little bit ahead. There we go. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Back to pass. Looking left. Throws. Caught on a dive. Nope, incomplete on a diving catch. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Brahmas. Hogan, 11 of 16, 117 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no picks, 5 carries for 37 yards for Corbin. Justin Smith, 2 catches for 32 yards. In shotgun, number 27 to his left. I think it's Harris. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Here's the snap. Looking, throws right, caught short of the first down, misses 1 tackle, or makes 1 tackler miss, but he's going to be tackled 2 yards short of the first down. Bringing up 4th and 2. Do they punt or do they go for it? Maybe they try to draw him off sides. Got 12-22. Whoop, I need to refresh the play-by-play. Apologies on that. Alright, they're huddling. Break the huddle with 15 seconds on the play clock. We got 12 minutes to go here in the third. From the 44-yard line, it's snapped, rolls to the right, caught by 85, inside the 40, inside the 35. He tries to dive again, out of bounds at about the 30. Huge first down pickup on 4th and 2 for the Brahmas. They faked the handoff. He rolled right, hit number 85. He dove from about the, 33 to the 30. Who's that? Stallions? What's his name? I couldn't read it. All right, 11. Let me check the clock. I couldn't slow. Oh, we're good. 1st and 10. 4 seconds. There's the snap. Back to throw. And he's sacked back at the 38-yard line. Huge loss. 2nd and long. Couldn't find anybody open. He had time initially. What was the line of scrimmage when they snapped it? That's probably a loss of 8, they'll say. I'm going to say 2nd and 18. All right, they say 17. Gosh darn it. Just had to guess. All right, 2 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap. Delayed handoff. And they lose yards back, and we got a penalty at 10:34. See what the flag is. It looks like a personal foul, grabbing the face mask on DC. That's a first down for the Brahmas. Looks like Phillips, number 96. He didn't think he did, but... So, shotgun, delayed handoff to number 6. Ooh, it really wasn't a face mask. He grabbed the side of the helmet and turned him. He never grabbed the face mask. 5 penalties, 55 yards, 4 for 30. for San Antonio. Shoot, yeah, and my clock, I got to catch up. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 23. Handoff up the middle, inside the 10 for a first down. Number 6 again. What a run. So we'll have 1st and goal for the Brahmas. Ow. I'll have to fix my clock. It's not too far. It's only like 5 seconds behind. All right. They mark him, at the 9. 1st and goal. Shotgun. Rolls to his left, takes it, keeps it. He's going to be down about the 2. That is Hogan. He faked a handoff, rolled to his left, and then just darted up the middle. Gain of 7 down to the 2-yard line for Hogan, the quarterback, number 8. Corbin, and that carry for 13 yards. Hogan is 14 of 21, 152 yards passing. I think it's at 27 rushing, but they took it down. They mark him back at like the 2.5. We'll call it the 3. 1 second, they snap the ball, and that run, maybe he actually gets it to the 2. We're going to have 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line for the Brahmas. Good opening drive to the second half so far for San Antonio at home. Oh, dang, we got an injured Brahma lineman. We'll take a timeout. 3rd and goal. Hopefully he's all right. All right, let's take a look. Other sports. Late in regulation, still 4-4. Panthers on the power play, though. Jets Stars just underway. And the Jets are on a power play. No score. All right. NBA. I need to stretch my neck. What do we got? 8:22 to go, and the Pacers have cut it to 11 points. Big lead for the Cavs at one point. Now it's down to 11. All right, looks like got some finals. Guardians beat the Phillies 6-0 at home. Rays beat the Brewers 4-3 in Tampa, or wherever they're playing, St. Petersburg maybe. Cardinals win on the road in D.C. 10-0. Pirates over the Braves in Pittsburgh 3-2. Tigers over the Rangers in Detroit 2-1. And what's going on? Okay, White Sox 5-2, batting in the bottom of the 8th at home. Cubs batting in the top of the 9th, trailing 7-2. They gave up one in the 8th. They got it back here in the 9th, still trailing by 5. All right. And reminder, got basketball doubleheader tomorrow. Can't do the UFL. It starts at noon. My 10-year-old has a 10:30 soccer game, so I wouldn't make it back before kickoff. And I don't want to do a triple header anyways. Then Sunday originally was going to do UFL at 11 a.m., but ABC 7 Chicago is showing infomercials, so going to do the free game on Roku instead, Cubs at Mets, and then the basketball game at 2:30. No stream on Monday, off day for the White Sox. Then we got the Reds series coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we'll have at least game 1 and 3 of the White Sox-Cubs matchup. And I may have to join game 2 in progress because my 15-year-old has a baseball game that day. All right, clock rolling. 3rd and goal. 2 receivers each side. A back in shotgun with him to his right. Here's the snap to Hogan. Looks, still looks, throws. Caught for the touchdown by number 85. Trying to get the clock. There we go. And the hometown crowd going crazy. He had all kinds of time. It was a 4-man rush. Looked like, yeah, just 4. And he found 85 worked his way free for the touchdown. I don't know if we're going for 2 or 1. I'm going to guess 2. So 18-12. They are going for 1. From the 2-yard line. Let's refresh, see if they've got the play. There it is. Catch by Stylianos for 2. All right. Under center, back, throw is incomplete. That play was blown up. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. But San Antonio comes away with the lead once again. And about not quite halfway through the third, after they fumbled and DC defense returned the fumble for 50 yards on the last play of the first half. Now San Antonio comes out, second half, marches down the field, and gets back the 6-point lead. Wow, that looks like see-through. It's like transparent. It's not black or dark. All right, let's take that down. I already went for the 1 point and failed. All right, let's see if they got the failed conversion yet here. They do. All right, the touchdown catch by Stylianos, 3rd and goal from the 2. Credit to the Brahmas O-line. They gave Hogan all the time in the world to complete that pass. And then on the 1-pointer from the 2-yard line, he stepped back. He was under center, threw immediately to the left flat, and it was incomplete to Kirkland. I don't know if it was like a wide receiver screen or something. It just didn't work. All right, let's see if that game went into overtime. It did. 13 seconds to go. They've scored on 4 of their 6 drives tonight. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals for the Brahmas. Yeah, 2 touchdowns after not having a touchdown in weeks. All right, that's all I wanted to see. See if that hockey game. Oh, the Jets are up 1-0 as they trail 1-0 in the series to the Stars. All right, we're ready. There's the kick on its way. Taken at about the 10, returned out to the 30, pushing the pile back. It was Roland. I forgot to start the clock. There we go. And I will get the pause in 1 second here. There it is. And now it is DC ball. I remembered to flip that over. Up 1st and 10. Oh. They're interviewing Hogan, the Brahmas quarterback. All right. Jordan Teamu in shotgun, 2 receivers each side. The back is to his right. It's a handoff. Up the middle. Out near the 40. On his feet to the first down. It's number 25. He might get it out to the 45. That's a first down. I think, yeah, didn't he have the touchdown, I think, too? I can look that up. Mickens. No, that's the return. I'm pretty sure Roland had that returned. I don't know why they keep screwing up the returns. All right, in shotgun. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff to the right hash mark. Give him a gain of 3 up to the 42-yard line, I think. Bringing up 2nd and 7. Oh, give him a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, according to Fox. Clock rolling. In shotgun, 3 receivers. Nope, 1 comes in motion to the right, 2 to each side. Looks like a tight end. Has a back to his right. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff up the middle, near midfield, bringing up 3rd and 4 at the 50. And let's refresh this play-by-play here. Wait, there we go. Third and 4 in shotgun is Teamu. Now we're seeing the head coach. All right, 2. It's a bunch formation, but 2 to each side. A back to his left. There's the snap. Looks, throws over the middle, caught, and down at about the 30 for Roland. But hold on, we have a flag. This might be coming back. Refs are talking it over. Face mask on the offense, so overturns the first down and brings up a 3rd and 19 instead. Costly, number 79, I guess face mask or illegal hands to the face. They called it a personal foul. Oh, yeah, he grabbed the face mask. He was getting beaten badly to the outside, and he grabbed the guy's face mask to stop him. 79. He looks like the left guard, maybe. 4 penalties, 30 yards for San Antonio, 6 for 70 for the, make that DC. 3rd and 19, all the way back at their own 34-yard line. Back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, caught, and way short of the first down at about their own 46. 4th down. It should be less than 10, but let's see what they call the yardage here. Before I guess. It's about 4th and 8. Looks like they're staying out there, which I don't know what. Okay, 7. No, apologies. They are in punt formation. I was looking out of the corner of my eye. All right, 4th and 7. Here's the snap. The kick is on the way. It's going to be caught at about the 11. He rolls to the left, back at the 5, and gets tackled down at the 9. Oof, went the wrong way, guy. Should have just fair caught it if you're going to do that. 1st and 10, ball goes back to the Brahmas. 5:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Deep in their own territory are the Brahmas, but they do have a 6-point lead. All right, let's go. Let's get a refresh of the play-by-play real quick. The face mask on. Did it say who made it? Teamu to Roland tackled. Penalty on Doss. That was the lineman who did the face mask. All right, let's check. Oh, 2-0 Jets. Still at the end of regulation intermission in the Leafs-Panthers game. 2-0 Jets. Still 10.5 to go in the first as they try to even that series up 1-1. Checking on NBA real quick. 6:07 to go. Cavs have a 17-point lead. And let's see, is the Cub game over? It is. They lost 7-2 in New York, game 1 of that 3-game set. And which leads me to remind you, we'll have game 3 here on Sinman Stream, 11:05. I'll hit the air at 11 a.m. Like 5 minutes before first pitch. First pitch, 11:05. Roku has the game. If you don't have a Roku, feel free to tune in and chat and listen along as I call the play-by-play and give reactions. So I think that was the only new final from earlier. White Sox up 6-2, and the Marlins are batting in the top of 9. All right, let's get back here. Yeah, that was a negative punt return. I don't know why he's saying from the 9 and tackled at the 9. He had it at the 11 and was lucky to get it back to the 9 after retreating back to the 5. All right, so Brahmas ball. Let me take this down. 8 knockdowns and a fumble lost for Hogan, but he has 2 touchdown passes. Kevin Hogan, number 8 for the Brahmas, the QB. They actually mark him back at the 8. 1st and 10, shotgun, handoff, number 6. He gets out to the 10 for a gain of 2, bringing up 2nd and 8. All right. Yep, they don't have that first carry yet. All right, in shotgun, number 6 to his right. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Back to pass, looking, throws left, caught at about the 11 and immediately taken down. Nope, incomplete pass, apologies. Bringing up 3rd and 8. Let's see when they roll the clock. There we go. Again, if you're new to UFL, after incomplete passes and out of bounds, they mark the ball back in play eventually, and then they wind the clock, except in the last 2 minutes of each half. And I think even like penalties, same thing, usually. 3rd and 8, going to be from their 10-yard line. They got to get to the 18. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. A back in shotgun with him to his right. And it looks like the play clock ran out. And it's a delay of game. So that'll push them back 5 yards and bring up 3rd and 13 from their own 5-yard line for the Brahmas. And there's the last 2 plays. Corbin, a carry for 2. An incomplete for Stevenson. And now the delay of game. All right, so clock rolling. Yes. Gosh darn it. They're going to have to burn a timeout with 3:28. The play clock was already down to 3, and they weren't set. All right, I'll just let my clock roll. So, first timeout by the Brahmas. With 3:28 to go in the 3rd. Both teams are out of super challenges. DC's was a challenge. They lost, so they did not get a second one. Brahmas challenged one and then to overturn a touchdown because there was holding, and then they challenged the fumble 6 for a touchdown to end the first half and tie the game at 12, and they were unsuccessful on that, and they are out of challenges as well. Here's the snap in his own end zone, looking, throws to the left side, out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 13, and they need to punt. right, clock rolling. There we go. He got some pressure up the middle. Actually, from the edge rushers. Yeah, he got hit from somebody up the middle, and he got rid of it, but it was high and out of bounds. All right, so the ball will go back to the road team, DC. Back in the deepest part of the end zone. He's got maybe a step. Here's the kick out of the end zone, or the punt in the air, taken back at his own 42. Return, number 3, to the left side, inside the 40, 35, 30, out of bounds at the 25. What a return for DC. 1st and 10, already in Brahmas territory. It's going to be around the 25. He took it from his own 42, left hash marks, returned it outside the numbers, down the sideline. Yeah, maybe like between the 25 and 28. We'll see where they spot it. Let me see if the play-by-play updated. Nope, not yet. All right, Jordan Teamu leads him onto the field. We got Roland split to his right side. The defenders have 8 plays in the Brahmas territory. It is the 28-yard line. Shotgun, handoff, left hash mark, down to the 20. Gain of 8, bringing up 2nd and 2. Probably, we'll see. And I gotta slow my clock down. There we go. They break the huddle. They're getting to the line. Teamu and shotgun. Number 4. Is that Smith? With him. There's the handoff to the left side, and he should have the first down, but we got a penalty with 2:10 to go. So let's see what the call is here first. Holding defense. Offense. Apologies. Holding on the offense. So we'll take it back to 2nd and 12 then. Who'd they call? 70. Yeah, number 70. He held the edge rusher. I think he's the left tackle. Would have been 1st and 10 from the 18, except instead it's Fox is saying 11. 2nd and 11. And great. I gotta speed up my play clock. Alright. 10 seconds on the play clock. I meant game clock. Under center. Takes a snap. Rolls back. Throws to the right. Caught by number 14. 5. Touchdown. And we got a tie ball game with 1:44 to go. In the 3rd. Nice throw. Good run after the catch. Wide open. So Teamu was under center. He had 25, the deep back. They didn't really fake it, but he rolled to the hash. He went straight back, and then just 14 was wide open and jogged it in. Busted coverage and no help from the safety over the middle. All right, let's take down the touchdown alert. Are they going? They're going for 1, and I gotta find it. Oh shoot! All right, 1-point attempt coming up for. All right, it's a handoff up the middle, and they got it. 19-18. DC takes the lead. They haven't led since 6-0. And that'll be a TV timeout. We'll get the kickoff coming up. And the Brahmas will get the ball back, provided they don't fumble the kickoff, which DC did in the first half, which led to a San Antonio field goal. All right, let's refresh the touchdown and the 1 point. All right, Teamu to Powell for 29 yards on 3rd and 11. And then a 1-yard run, a 1-point run on the conversion from the 2-yard line by Jackson to give them the 1-point lead late in the third. All right, let's check in on hockey. In overtime, still 4-4. Yeah, hope to have hockey on the 17th, but we'll see. I have no idea. ABC doesn't get much in the early rounds. Looks like the Sox held on to win. Just check Twitter. All right, so not quite 5 minutes into the overtime. Obviously, still tied 4-4. 6:04 to go in Winnipeg. Jets up 2-0. Stars on a power play, though. NBA, let's see what we got here. 3:44 to go. 25-point lead for the Cavs. Barring a miracle, that series should be 2-1 Pacers. Game 4 will be in Indiana. We got OKC Thunder at Denver Nuggets coming up. And as we just reported, the White Sox broke their 4-game losing streak because they lost 4 straight to KC. They beat the Marlins in Game 1 of a 3-game set, 6-2 to improve to 11-28. Cubs lost. They dropped to 22-17. And yeah, we can go over the finals later. Red Sox, Royals in extra innings. Red Sox got a run to take the 1-run lead thus far. All right, let's get back. They're showing the play diagram with Jordan Teamu getting interviewed on the sideline. Yeah, just a deep in, or ran it straight and then cut it. Like he was the outside receiver. The inside guy kept going to the end zone, and then he cut it and caught it over the middle, untouched, jogged it into the end zone. I guess not jogged, but wasn't like he was sprinting. All right, DC about set to kick off here. They're still showing the sideline. Here's the approach. Kick is in the air. Left to right. Brahmas going right to left. Takes it at their own 3. Between the hashes and the right side numbers. Back between the hashes and taken out to the 35. Good return. Good field position coming up. And Brahmas ball 1st and 10. Late in the third. Trailing by 1. But the Brahmas offense has been much better. And this is the team they beat. They have 1 win on the year, and it was in D.C. They won by 6 over the Defenders in D.C. All right. Kevin Hogan in shotgun. 3 receivers, or a tight end, really. All right. And fake the handoff. Throw to the left. At the numbers. Takes it past the 40. Out near the 50. Actually, they're going to mark them back at the 47. Apologies. So that'll bring up 2nd, and I'm going to say 3. It is 2nd and 3. All right, come on. There we go. All right, there's the snap. Fakes the handoff. It's knocked down by a lineman. Bringing up 3rd and 3. Clock rolling. Once they spot it in play after the incompletion. It was Kirkland for 7. Now we got 3rd and 3. From the, I'm sorry, it was the 42. They got to get to the 45. I had the wrong. All right, here we go. Back to pass. Looking left. He's going to step up. He's going to slide down. Should have the first down at the 45. I guess depending on the spot. They might be saying fourth down. I thought he had it easily. He didn't start his slide until he was over the 45. They can't challenge it. Yeah, his thigh didn't come down till the 45. His knee was the first thing to touch. The ball was passed. This should be a first down. I don't know if they're looking at it. Let me unmute this. Okay, I think it's 1st and 10, end of the third quarter, but DC's not happy, the coach. Sorry, dude, you would have lost that challenge. That was a first down. And you're out of challenges anyways, dude. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. And DC came back, got the conversion, and took a 1-point lead. All right, I'm going to get set for the fourth, though, because I'll forget. So they'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line, trailing by 1, as we will start the fourth quarter. All right, let's get the last couple plays here. Yeah. All right, so 7-yard pass, incomplete, and then a scramble for 4 for a first down. And we'll put it up here because that's where the fourth quarter play-by-play will be once they put the plays up. All right, let's head over to updates in Florida and Winnipeg. 10:28 to go in the first overtime. Still 4-4. And in Winnipeg, still 2-0 Jets. Under 3 to go first period. Moving on. Let's see if first... Nope, still 31.2 left. Cavs have it wrapped up. They will be down 2-1 in the series. All right, MLB. Red Sox Royals still in extra innings. Any new finals to report? I think we got all of these earlier. You know, Cubs lost, Sox won. Twins Giants, is that one new? I'm not sure. Oh, Boozer got the win. He blew game 2 against the Royals Tuesday night. So progress for the White Sox. All right, well, let's take a quick look at some numbers. Yeah, time of possession still dominated by San Antonio, but they trail. And DC got the benefit of a defensive touchdown. And San Antonio got the benefit of a fumbled kickoff to set up 3 other points. Teamu 70.6% completed. Hogan 61.5%. Decent quarterback ratings too. They're over 100. All right, we're back. So let's just get back to the play-by-play. All right. All right. Okay, they're still talking about Peyton Pardee, grandson of Jack Pardee, the former Houston Oilers head coach. And they're showing Wade Phillips, who is the Brahmas head coach, but he had to take a leave of absence for some health issues. They're showing Moose Johnston standing by Wade Phillips. All right, should be set. All right, from their own 45, they're going left to right now. In shotgun, a back to his right, back to pass. No, it's a handoff to the left side, out near the 50. Nope, that was a blocker. Give him a gain of 3 to the 48, bringing up 2nd and 7. Yep, 2nd and 8. Gain of 2. Again, pregame, DC was favored by a 9.5, and the over-under was 38. We're currently sitting at 37 points on the over-under. 2nd and 8 from their own 48. They got to get just past the 45. So that sounds like 7 to me. Shotgun, rolls to his right, almost gets sacked, avoids it, throws to the flat. 85 has it. He has the first down inside the 40, hit down about the 38. 1st and 10, Brahmas inside DC territory, trailing by 1, but on the move. Yeah, he rolled to his right, had to stop because 24 was leaping, tried to block the pass, and then he threw it to wide open number 85. Is that Stillings? I'll get the refresh in a minute. All right, in shotgun, a back to his left. And it is a handoff. And up the right hash mark, inside the 35, maybe the 34. Should be 2nd and 5 coming up. Clock continues to roll. Under 13:20 now. It is 2nd and 5. Let me get a refresh of this drive, hopefully, here for you. There we go. Robbins for 2. Pass to Stilianos. And then Robbins for 5. All right. In shotgun. Back to his right. It is a handoff to the left side. Tackled immediately. Back at about the 40. A loss of 5, I believe. Bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Brahmas. And that could have taken them out of field goal range, too. So that could be trouble. No, 92, the edge rusher, was not fooled by that at all. They're calling it 3rd and 10. Big play in the game here. Under 12.5 to go. 3rd and 10. From the 40-yard line, just inside. They got to get to the 29, really. Shotgun, and we got a penalty. 12-13. Might have been a delay of game. See what they call. Oh, no, false start. Well, same result. 3rd and 15. Now they're definitely out of field goal range. Let's see when they mark this clock as in rolling. There we go. Well, I guess I failed to start it. There we go. Okay, 3rd and 15 from the defender's 45. They got to get inside the 30. It's more like 16. I don't know why this is considered 15. They're just inside the 45, and they got to get to the 29. All right. Whoa, what did I do with the clock? How did I get that far ahead? Clock is stopped now? What the heck? Back to pass. Rolls to the left. Throws on the run. Short. Would have had a first down. Incomplete. And I don't know what's going on with the clock. 12:05 now? I'll get it. 4th and 15. The clock didn't stop at all on the incomplete pass either. They were on the left hash mark, shotgun, had Max protect, they had a back, but then he ended up doing a route, rolled to his left, threw, but he threw it behind the receiver who was like right at the out of bounds marker, number 88, and he slipped and he couldn't catch it. If he catches it, it would have been a first down, but it ended up one hopping. All right, we got 2 seconds, 1 second. I guess no delay game. There's the punt in the air. Hits outside the 10, caught at the 4. We got a flag, return to the 10. It'll most likely still be DC ball coming up. 1st and 10. We'll see where. I don't know what. They still have not signaled the call here. Let's refresh. Play-by-play, a little bit behind. I wonder if he called fair catch and then ran it. Now DC's saying they're declining the penalty. Wait, why would they decline it? Alright, what are they saying? What's the penalty? Okay, what they picked up the flag for offensive holding. So 1st and 10. We'll see what I think they'll spot the ball at the 10 for the DC defenders. 1 point lead and possession of the ball. Yeah. All right, that's where we're at. All right. All right. First intermission in Winnipeg. Jets are up 2-0 on the Stars. Under 5.5 to go in the first overtime. Still going at 4-4 between Toronto and Florida. Should have a final here in Indiana here. In a second. Did it not? 126-104. Cavs win to get into the series, trailing now 2-1. Game 4 will be in Indianapolis. That's where the Pacers play. Indiana Pacers playing Indianapolis. That game is Sunday. Game 3 in the series, best of 7. Just underway. Thunder lead 16-8. 7:09 to go in the first. Royals tied it up in the home half of the 11th. Still batting. And tied 1-1 with the Red Sox in their extra innings. Stroh's up 3-0 on the Reds, top of 9. 12-2 Padres lead the Rockies, who are league worst, or 6-31. 12-2, bottom of the 6th. Wow, they might be do worse than the Sox last year. That would be really, 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 really bad. Orioles up 3-0 in over the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Do they still call them that? At any rate, 3-0, but top of 4. Blue Jays up 5-1 in Seattle over the Mariners, bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers up 8-3 in Arizona over the D-backs, 8-3, top of 3. Yankees, A's just underway, top 3, no score. Finals from earlier. We're going to have to come back to that later as we're back. All right. 15:50 time of possession, DC. 32-49 for San Antonio, yet DC has the ball and a 1-point lead. In shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Handoff. Up the middle, out maybe to the 14 by Jackson. So this should be 2nd and 6. I don't think they'll give him the 15. Where's my clock? Is my clock too? No, we're good. All right. Come on, say the yardage. Yeah, it's 2nd and 6 from the 14. They didn't say it on Fox yet. There it is. In shotgun, a back to his left. And nope, they faked the handoff. Faked me. 87 caught it. He's got the first down, lit up and driven out of bounds at the 24. I hope he's okay. We got a stoppage. This was a hard hit out of bounds. Hopefully 87's all right. Yeah, they're looking at Bresnahan. He's on the Brahmas sideline. He's on his feet now, helmet off, and he's going to make the walk across the field. Hard hit. He's saying he's all right. I'm sure he's going to have to get checked out or evaluated. All right. Yeah. Oh, it was helmet to helmet. I mean, he didn't mean to. He was trying to hit him with his shoulder. Number 32 on the Brahmas. Bresnahan, yeah, he might be heading to the locker room. Ben Bresnahan, number 87, the tight end. Shoot, clock rolling. 1st and 10 from the 24. Shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws down the right side. Caught at the 50, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Jordan Teamo to Braylon Sanders. Wow. What a play for the defenders. And they have taken a 7-point lead pending the point for either the 1 or 2 point conversion. Beat the guy, caught the ball, and number 3 pulled up injured out of bounds. And not a safety in sight to track him down. Number 3 on the coverage, he was beaten by a step or two. Yeah, and he was already hurt before the ball got there, I think. Could have popped a hamstring maybe. We'll see what, hopefully he's alright. So Teamu gets this touchdown pass. And number 3 walking gingerly over to the Brahmas sideline. Sanders for 76 yards. Caught it 50 yards after the catch. And they are going for 1. And oh yeah, don't forget that the Brahmas wasted a timeout to avoid a delay a game penalty in the 3rd quarter. All right, they are up 7. They're trying to go up 8. A little surprised they don't go for 2 to go up 9. Force the other team to... But I guess... All right. From the 2-yard line, shotgun, handoff. And that goes nowhere. No good. And we will have a kickoff coming up after a break. So, at home, Brahmas will get the ball back with 10 minutes to go. Only trailing by 7. They can get a touchdown and then either go for 1 and tie it up or go for 2 and take the lead. So, good game going. Again, the Brahmas' only win this year was 24-18 over the Defenders in D.C. earlier in the season. I want to say week 3 or 4. No, couldn't have been 3. I think it was 4. Well, we can look it up. All right, let's go back. Oh, the Panthers won in overtime. Wait. Oh, okay. Let's see who scored the goal. It was Brad Marchand. They have picked him up from the Boston Bruins before the trade deadline, or maybe even at the trade deadline. So Toronto leads 2-1, and Game 4 will be in Florida. But Florida avoids going down 3-0. And at the first intermission, Jets trying to even that series up, and they lead 2-0. And let's see if there's any update here. No, I don't gamble. Yes, I remember Joe Carter home run. I was rooting for the Blue Jays too. Carter, former Cub. Yeah, DC up 25-18 finally. They're getting killed in time of possession, but San Antonio's had their share of punts. Oh, from NBA, Denver trailing by 6. Still just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And the series tied 1-1. let's get back. Oh yeah, so 76-yard pass. Just now, Teamu found Sanders down the right sideline, caught it at the 50. The number 3 on San Antonio had like a hamstring injury, but he was beat on the play. I don't know how quick. He did look gimpy as the ball got there. He grabbed his left hamstring immediately after the catch, and there wasn't a safety to bail him out. All right, so after the kickoff, DC. All right, they're up 7. They did not convert the 1 point. They were favored by 9.5 before the game. We're over the over. I think the over was 38, so now we're over. There's the kickoff and the return by San Antonio inside the 10 and past the 25, past the 30. Still pushing the pile. They'll give them forward progress at the 35. Play's probably whistled dead now. 1st and 10 Brahmas at their own 35. That terrible play call. They had 30 seconds to go in the first half. Didn't use one of their 2 timeouts. Then the QB turns to avoid a sack and runs into his left tackle. Ball pops loose. He had a chance to dive on it. Hogan couldn't get it. And he's been knocked down 10 times, and then that fumble loss there. So, yeah, here we go. 2 receivers to his right, shotgun, a back to his left, a tight end and a receiver to his left. He looks left, throws over the middle, caught at about the 43. We'll have a 2nd and 2 Brahmas coming up. So yeah, we're on the over, the pregame over, but DC isn't currently covering at the moment. All right, there it is. That's the return. Okay, we got 9:38. Is that, yeah. Shotgun, handoff, up the middle, first down, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 6 points for Corbin of the Brahmas with 9:27 to go. Wow, a couple explosive plays by each team here. And just like that, we're back to a 1-point game. So they had 2nd and 2, left hash mark, shotgun, handoff, could have driven a truck through this hole. And he hit the right side, right hash mark, cut it back in from the numbers, outran 7 and 5. Nobody touched him. So that was how many yards? All right, they are going for 2 and the lead. From the 5-yard line, 4 to his right, 1 to his left, in shotgun. Here's the snap, back to throw. Oh, he's sacked, and DC will hang on to their 1-point margin. No good on the conversion as we have a kickoff coming. So how many yards? Not yet, because I'm not monetized. I need, I think 500 or, I think you need either 500 or 1,000 subs first. Thousand subs and 3,000 to 4,000 watch hours. I just started doing this a little over we'll call it 3.5 months ago, end of January. I do, if you go to my, do have an mytipme.com account. Like you have to pay $6, so you cover a 20% markup, and I would get $5 of a tip. But don't worry, just watch, subscribe, hit like on any video you watch. That'll really help out the channel. I appreciate it, AP. So yeah, no, and you're welcome. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. You know, eventually I'll be able to take donos or super chats, super stickers, whatever. But you know, that's going to be a ways off yet till I get to. I forget if it's 500 or if I need the 1,000. So it's like 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours, and the 3,000 watch hours are like over the previous 365 days. Like that, I'm like that pace I'd be getting in a year. It's the subs where I'm lagging a little, but you know they've picked up. I was stuck on 58 recently, and we're already up to 70. We got one tonight, so I appreciate my 70th subscriber here. All right, let's get a refresh here. Make sure we got the touchdown play. 57-yard run by Corbin. 2-point pass failed because he got sacked back at the 12. And it looks like Fox is back from break. After this kickoff, it will be DC ball again with a 1-point lead. So let's go ahead and move that over now. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, if you look at my, you know, you can follow. I have my socials, I think. Yeah, on my more link. All right, the ball is teed up. We got 9:27 to go. Here's the kick. High, deep. Taken at the 4, up the middle, by the defenders, past the 20, by number 3, and they give him the 21. With 9:21 to go in the game, 1st and 10. DC, they are going left to right. They're coming off a 76-yard touchdown pass. And then San Antonio responded with a 57-yard run to pull back within 1. They tried to take the lead. Oops, I totally forgot to take the touchdowns down. Holy cow. Sorry about that. You can always yell at me in the chat. All right, 2 timeouts for San Antonio, and keep that in mind. All right, here's the shotgun, the handoff. We'll give him a gain of 2. Out to like the 23 for 2nd and 8, I believe. All right. .852. Okay, I can speed mine up a little bit. 2nd and 8 from their 23, left hash mark, in shotgun, receiver with a back to his right. It is a he fakes the handoff, caught over the middle for a 1st down. I got totally faked. 14 on the catch. Good play by DC. They have a 1st and 10. Wow. That'll grind some clock, get them some time of possession, make up some of that huge difference. But only up 1 because they went for 1. That's the difference in the game. In shotgun, it's a fake handoff in the flat to 88, tackled out of bounds near the 45. I think they're going to give him the 44. 2nd and, well, I'm going to wait. 2nd and 4, gain of 6 on the pass. Let's refresh the play-by-play for you here for the DC drive. All right. Second half, Teamu is 6 of 6, 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. From the 44, they got to get to the 48. Shotgun, handoff, up the middle. He should have it near the 49 for a 1st down for the DC defenders as clock is starting to become an issue. And the home team with only 2 timeouts left. Both teams are out of super challenges. DC failed on theirs. San Antonio won theirs. They took a touchdown off the board, and then they failed on the second one they were granted. So now 303 yards total for DC, 325 for San Antonio, 14 first downs, DC 18. Handoff faked, and a pass over the middle, inside the 35, 1st and 10 again for DC. They're doing good job on the play fakes, and they keep throwing over the middle, at least this drive. All right, that was 88 on the catch. Moore, I think did he have one of the touchdowns? I'll have to look it up. All right, they are marked at the 34, left hash mark, shotgun handoff to the left side. He gets maybe 1 or 2 before being driven out of bounds. Oops, clock stopped while they mark the ball back in play. And we will have second, I'm going to say 8, and they'll probably put 9. All right, it is 2nd and 9. All right, 5:45 to go. They're out of the huddle. They're set. They're showing Hogan on the bench with his tablet. Shotgun, handoff, faked it. Sorry, throws to the right side. It's Roland. He gets pushed out of bounds near the 31 or 32. It'll be 3rd and short. I'm going to say 3rd and 3. It'll probably be 2. It is 3rd and 2. I knew it. I think they're at the 31. Good catch by Roland. All right, let me refresh this real quick. 3rd and 2 in shotgun. It is no, they fake the handoff. Teamu keeps it. He gets the first down near the 23. As the clock is definitely going to be an issue now. But can they keep him out of the end zone? That would be huge if you're a Brahmas fan. All right, Teamu's coming to the sideline. Not sure what's wrong. He faked the handoff to Smith, number 4, I think. He ran it, got hit on the right shoulder, and went down. Yeah, they're looking at Teamu. Number 17 is in at quarterback with 2 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun, throws to the left flat. He's got number 88 inside the 20, inside the 15, and bumbles forward to the first down. So coming off the bench cold, they continue with the play fakes, and this time they throw to the left flat, and they get the tight end for a first down. Yeah, DeLillo to more McKinney. Sorry, it's for 11 yards. All right, he's still in there, Mike DeLillo. 5 seconds on the play clock. From the 12, it's a handoff to the right side. Smith pounds it down to the 7, bringing up 2nd and 5. And Brahmas need to think about tightening up the defense here in the next 2-3 plays, because they're going to be looking at a 7-point deficit and possibly at least a 7-point deficit and possibly worse. And the clock is getting to be an issue when you only got 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left. All right, in shotgun, two to his left, 1 to his right, tight end, and then there's a handoff. No, it's faked. DeLillo carries it to the 5 to bring up 3rd and 3. Play of the game coming up. They have to snap it before the 2-minute warning, too. They can't just let the clock roll down to the 2-minute warning. Teamu has his helmet on his head, but the face mask, now he puts it back on. Looks like he's strapping it back on, too. Let's see what we got here. 2:30. 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Right hash mark in shotgun. Receiver to each side. Tight end. He keeps it. He faked the handoff to Smith. DeLillo ran it forward to maybe the 3. It should be 4th and 1. They might say 4th and 2. And I think that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They are calling it 4th and 2. So probably 4th and 2 from the 4. And I assume that they're going to kick a field goal. Unless they talk it over. They looked like Teamu had come back out too. All right, just like that. The defenders take it down the field, grind out a lot of clock, and we're at the 2-minute warning. This had been a long game, too, if they hadn't done that. All right, well, I think I will prioritize UFL over baseball. I think it's afternoon baseball that does well. I would love to do the game Sunday, but thanks to ABC 7, Chicago electing to show infomercials, I'm going to do the Cubs at Mets. That game is on Roku. I will start my Sin Bin stream, live stream here on YouTube at 11. The first pitch is at 11:05. So Roku's a free app. I can't remember if you need to have an account. You don't need a Roku device or Roku TV. It should be an app as well. But I'm going to call that game. Feel free to join. Otherwise, we got 3 of the 4 basketball games coming up this weekend. 2:30 and 7:30 on Saturday, and then just 2:30 on Sunday after the Chicago Cubs New York Mets game. Monday, no live stream. It's an off day for the White Sox, and then we'll have the 3-game set against the Reds. Thursday afternoon, 5:40. Wednesday night, 6:14. Again, I'll start my streams like 5 minutes early. 11:40 a.m. on Thursday. Then we'll have Cubs Sox 1:20 on Friday the 16th, and probably Sunday the 18th, because I doubt I'm going to get that. I'm not going to count on ABC to give me that game at 11, and I think Cubs Sox will do good numbers. I may have to join it in progress Saturday at 1:20. My 15-year-old has his last baseball game of the season. Or I may have to do the Sky opener that day. I'm going to do WNBA. All right, well, let's get back to this UFL game. 4th and 2. See if the play-by-play is updated. It is. All right, decision time. They have Teamu out there trying to put this game, if you're DC, hopefully away. For the home team, you're hoping for a stop. 4th and 2 from the 4, a bunched formation in shotgun, a back behind him. They fake the handoff, lob it to the tight end. No, a tackle eligible. I think he caught it. Touchdown. Holy cow. 74. Gunnar Britton, a tackle eligible, catches the touchdown for the defenders. Unbelievable. We've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Oh, I'll take down my this week. Apologies. All right, now, do you go for 1, put yourself up 8? Do you go for 2, put yourself up 9? You go for 3 and get it. You can put the game away because you'd be up 10. 3 is from the 10-yard line. 2 is from the 5. 1 point from the 2. I think they went for 1 last time in this situation. And that tackle had to get his left hand up to knock it down and gather it in before he tumbled out of bounds. It was an incredible catch by a guy not used to catching the ball, I'm sure. Oh, he had to wrap it up a couple times, too. Knee down for the touchdown. Brahmas couldn't believe it. All right, what's the decision here now? Big man touchdown, number 74. Unbelievable. All right, did they decide? Because I don't know how many times we need to see the touchdown and the celebration. Britton for 4 yards on 4th and 2. He better get that football. He spiked it and he's running after it behind the parabolic microphone holder. You know, those half dishes you see. That's usually for radio. They might use it for football. I think DC used a timeout maybe to think about this because they're showing both teams with only 2 timeouts left. And I don't know what the DC coach is talking about. I think they're going for 1. I think there was confusion on what they were doing. All right. I'm guessing they're going for 1. Let's see what the call is here. Yep, they're going for 1 from the 2-yard line. I think it's Teamu in shotgun. I can't see his number. I think it's him. Here's the snap. Teamu looks right, throws. They got it. 8-point lead. Good 1-point conversion. So after the kickoff, it will be Brahmas ball, trailing by 8. So I'll give it back to them, provided they don't fumble the kickoff coming up. All right. Bless you. So they could get a 6, get within 2 and go for 2 from the 5 and tie it up. Or at home, they get the touchdown. They could go for 3 and a win from the 10-yard line. They're interviewing 74 now on the sideline. Oh yeah, let's see if they refreshed the 1-point conversion here. Antonio on the 2-yard catch for the 1-point conversion. That was a great catch by Britton. Kick is in the air, back at the 1-yard line. Return, right hash marks to the 25. See where they mark them. Forgot to start the clock. Excuse me. Oh, what are we doing? 1:48, 2 timeouts left. And they're trailing by 8 in their own territory with 2 timeouts remaining. 1:48 to go in the game. In shotgun is Hogan. Each team 2 timeouts. 3 receivers to his left. Back to his right. There's the snap. Looking left. Steps up. Throws over the middle. Caught for a first down at about the 43-yard line. They'll stop the clock as they spot the ball. And let's see when they roll the game clock. Unless they used a timeout. Oh, there we go. Clock is away. All right, 1st and 10. They marked him at the 43. Back to pass. Looking right. Sacked back at the 36-yard line. And that's going to be 2nd and long. Did they stop it? Yeah, I got to fix my clock. 2nd and I'm going to say like 18 maybe. I got to see what they say. Hog man. You talk about Brian, what the heck was his name? That's stats. Hogan, yeah. What the heck was Hogan's first name? Hogman. I'm blanking. Oh, yeah. Somebody took a timeout. 1:31. I'm guessing it was the Brahmas. It was. They have 1 remaining, trailing by 8. They have the ball. Just took a big sack. It's actually 2nd and 16. I overestimated the distance. All right, let's get a refresh. All right, here we go. Let's look. Yep, 2 timeouts. Sack for -7. All right. They break the huddle. 1 timeout remaining. Plenty of time. They just need to pick up this first down in the next play or two. Or 3. 3 seconds on the play clock in shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. Rolls to his left. Avoids a rusher and is sacked again. Inside the 30. Why is I hit the wrong button. 3rd and long, and they do use their last timeout. This is 3rd and very long. I gotta double check what the clock's at. Vaguely remember there was a Brian too, but he wasn't Hogman. Oh, Matt Hogan. Alright, so this is another person I used to work with. I don't know who everybody is. They're not using their real names between Bubba and Dom. 3rd and 26. Yeah, I forgot the other Hogan. Hey, nothing wrong with Brian Hogan or Hogman. He was a Packer fan, so. Like yours truly. Alright, I gotta take the timeout away. Alright. 3rd and 26. They say 122. Out of timeouts. Wow. They got a chunk of yardage to pick up on 2 plays or this game's over. Alright, in shotgun, back at their own 27. We either have a false start or a encroachment. It is a false start. Make it 3rd and 31. Jeepers. Left tackle, I believe, the guilty party. 66, the guy who caused the fumble on the fumble 6. It wasn't his fault. Hogan just rolled into him. Okay, I won't say the name in case you don't want me to. Bubba is SS. Alright, I now I gotta think about it. Alright, but I gotta recall the end of this game. There's the snap. Back to pass, throws over the middle, caught, and holy cow, he's got the first down and he fumbled. That is probably the game. Oh man, what a play! And I think it's DC ball. They're not even going to review or anything. Wow, that should be the game. They actually picked up the first down at the 50 and then fumbled. Yeah, I'm blanking. I think, let's see. Wow, unbelievable. They had the first down. They could have spiked the ball and still had how much time? Over a minute, but they fumbled. I'll type it because I don't think the live chat is on repeat. If you'd rather I say it, I'll say it. Let me know if type or... Okay, what's going on? Okay, kneel down time. Apologies, wasn't paying attention. 2nd and 11. Well, the only KS I know would be Kevin S, I think. I'm blanking on SS for some reason. Alright, 2nd and 11. We should have like one more kneel down. That should be it. Alright, there we go. We got 30 seconds. Ha! Okay. Now I'm forgetting. Yeah, alright. Oh, no way. That's SS. Okay. And okay, alright, thanks. I appreciate the support out of both of you. Unexpectedly. I mean, I don't know. Alright, that's it. That's the game. They kneel down. 32-24 is your final. Do I have a final button on here? Yeah. Well, it just threw me because of the Blackhawks talk. You know, you were talking about, Blackhawks being 2 words, and then they had to go back to 1 word. So that's why I was surprised. All right, hold on. I got to get the final here. Final. All right, a reminder, tomorrow, this game's final. Tomorrow we will have the NBA doubleheader, both games on ABC. Boston at the Knicks, or Boston Celtics at New York Knicks, 2:30. Timberwolves at Golden State Warriors, 7:30. Again, no UFL, thanks to ABC 7 only showing not showing the UFL game. They are showing infomercials instead. Yeah, no, I mean, that would make you think you were Nate. I won't use last names. The history. All right. Again, so we're doing the Cubs at Mets because it's on Roku. And we are doing the other NBA game, Thunder at Nuggets, 2:30. No stream Monday. White Sox off. That's right, you both are White Sox fans, right? Dom, I'll just say Dom. Sox at Reds, 5:40 Tuesday. Sox at Reds, 6:14 Wednesday. Sox at Reds, 11:40 a.m. Should have Cubs Sox game 1 and 3, 1:20 Friday, Sunday. Maybe in progress Saturday the 17th. But this is Sinbin Stream saying, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And despite the outcome, if you're a Brahmas fan, and enjoy your win if you're a Defenders fan. And we got Jets up 3-0. Quick check here, late in the second period. That's good. I hate the Stars. NBA, this game's still pretty early. Late in the first half, 8-point lead, Thunder at the Nuggets. And yeah, well, we'll get right. Yeah, but I didn't know you were a Hawks fan. I just didn't know. That's what threw me again, and not just the history lesson, but that you even cared about hockey. I guess that was what threw me. But thanks for filling in the blanks. But I appreciate the support. All right, that's gonna do it. I need a drink, maybe whiskey. We'll see, or scotch, but definitely some more water because I am out. All right, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. We got up to 70 subs. Long way to go. I'm in it for the long haul. You know, thick through thick and thin. Started as a it's Sinbin Stream because it started as a hockey, live stream, but I quickly branched into UFL football and was gonna go with WNBA. Figured, all right, well, we need to get into baseball as well. Get the White Sox for free, so that's why we're here. All right, that's gonna do it. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Thanks for clicking like. Thanks for subscribing. Until 2:30, well, 2:25, I'll start the No, I'll go at 2:30. They're not going to tip right then. For the Cubs Mets, I will start it at 11. All right, until Saturday, Sunday, or if you're just here for football, next Friday at 7. This is Sinbin Stream signing out. Have a good